SonWarren back with another one. It's been a while. As you can see, your boy done cut the hair. Back to regular son, you feel me? Anyway, I seen a video last night, kinda scared the shit out of me. Hot Damn My Rock got a Halloween video out. He ain't have it on the YouTube, so I had to download it first, and then I'm about to react to it that way. So let's see what it's about. You feel me? How do I get to it? Oh, this is too slow. Here we go. Okay, this is the studio. There it is.
Spirit of Halloween, I figured I'd tell you a scary story, cause I got one that'll spook your socks off, man. Someone messaged me, how have you been doing mentally, brother? How have you been living with not seeing Ike ever again? You don't?
First of all, what kind of question is that? How have you been doing mentally, brother? Okay. Let's just keep it at that. How have you been living without seeing Ike ever again is wild. I see why he took the story there, but let's get back into it.
Don't have to answer if you don't want. Oh, I want. When I tell people the story of what made me want to change my life, it all starts the night I saw my homeboy dead on the curb. You know, most people don't remember the day they were born. Shit, I do. It was the night I saw that nigga zipped up in the bag. That's my word. This next part, you can either believe me or don't believe me.
Hey man, y'all know Kane from Baltimore, man. So just context, man. What he's going through is pretty common out here. Let's continue to listen.
I can only tell you what I see. Was I asleep? Was I awake? Who knows? When I opened my eyes, I was standing in an apartment. In front of me was my dead homeboy. His face wasn't his face. Imagine standing in front of a person with a hoodie on, and inside of the hoodie, you can't see their face.
Now listen, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I've had dreams like this before where you know somebody is who they is, but they're not really that person from looking at them. Shit's scary as hell what the mind can do and symbolize, or what we think it's doing. We don't know if it's real or if it's not, but dreams are a hell of a thing. Let's keep it going.
It's just darkness, emptiness. That was his whole face. Well, if his face wasn't his face, how do you know it was him? Because his voice was still his voice. He had on a button-down shirt that was open. On his chest, he had scars. I pointed and asked what happened. He looked down and said, "Oh, those? That's from the autopsy." And then I hugged this nigga. I hugged him so tight, then that hug slowly transitioned to him being over top of me, shaking.
I'm glad they paused it, man. That's some scary shit, man. Well, let's get back to it. What's going on with this shit, man?
I hugged him so tight, then that hug slowly transitioned to him being over top of me, shaking me, violently.
A violent shake is wild, man. Let me see if I can get this back up. Fuck going on with this shit?
Well, if his face wasn't his face, how do you know it was him? Because his voice was still his voice. He had on a button-down shirt that was open. On his chest, he had scars. I pointed and asked what happened. He looked down and said, "Oh, those? That's from the autopsy." And then I hugged this nigga. I hugged him so tight, and that hug slowly transitioned to him being over top of me, shaking me, violently shaking me, screaming, laughing his ass off. Do you remember?
What are you laughing about is what I want to know, man. That type of shit like that, man, make me think it's more of a demonic dream than an actual message from your friend. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to it.
Do you remember? Shaking me, violently, screaming, laughing his ass off. Do you remember? Ever since that moment, you know what life has felt like? Don't you know when you get up and you go into a room, then when you get in the room you go, what did I come in here for? That feeling. What I took away from it was a question. If this place were a choice, and my mother and father were simply the tools necessary so that I may exist in this realm, what did I come in here for? What I learned, as long as you be still and think, at some point, you always figure it out.